And good evening again. This is Eucep once more, and this is my third review for this evening. The third one is going to be Armada Optimus Prime, as you can see, and in this case the Deluxe figure, because I'm not going to touch that piece of crap, that's the leader one. Unlike his leader version, this guy is very successful. Both in his alt mode and in his robot mode, he both works quite well. I have his minicon attached in the official way, the way he should be attached in vehicle mode, but I think it looks kinda lame. It could have been attached more like this. It looks slightly better, but it still looks a bit silly. I actually prefer Goldberg, the one that's with the leader, over this gun thing. I don't think it actually shows up in the cartoon, but you can correct me on that. I haven't seen Armada at all. Just a few episodes, and I only recall that Bumblebee look-alike. His alt mode is this truck. Normally used to haul his pants, but for the Deluxe there is no pants, which is actually good. Overall, the quality of this toy is quite good. He has extremely good articulation. There have been already a few repaints of this guy as well, including repaints with redo for the Cybertron line, so he comes with one of those keys. Yeah, this is not his key, of course, because this is the Armada version. There's an Ultra Magnus version, there's a Nemesis Prime version. Yeah, you can get them in various colors, which is nice. I'd actually like to get Nemesis Prime and the Ultra Magnus one as well, because this is, just frankly put, an excellent mold. Now, I haven't actually tried it ever, because yeah, I do have the leader, because I got him cheap, otherwise I wouldn't. I don't know if he can actually carry that leader's pants, but I might try it at one point. What's funny, I've actually read up on his bio on the Totron 1 Wikipedia, and it showed an image there for his Armada self that at one point he would have been considered to actually become a monster truck, which looked quite cool. It's actually sad they didn't go for that design, but yeah, he wouldn't have been as recognizable as a Prime in a monster truck mode. But perhaps I hope they'll one day use that model for a new mold, which I'd really love. Onto his transformation. Let's first go with the legs. Fold out his feet and straighten out his legs and separate them. This one is fairly stiff because he isn't transformed as often as my original one was. I will be very honest. I used my first version of this mold to try and create my own Ultra Magnus, but I horribly failed. It became a mess which I really had to throw away, sadly. Well, I didn't throw it away, I still have all the parts, but I can't manage to actually clean up the parts from the base coat that I put on it, so it looks really like a horrid mess. Anyway, here he is, transformed and ready, which looks quite awesome. He's excellent in posability due to his many joints and rotation points. Pretty much the worst part of his articulation is this limited ball joint in his elbows, which leaves him a bit gimpy. There is an extra swivel joint in the arm itself, but it could have been done better, in my opinion. He does have a gimmick in this form, using this minicon. Once attached, you can, let's see if I can get it. Apparently he doesn't well, you can very slightly see it. Yeah, he got boxing function, which is as successful as it was originally on the He-Man figures, which originally had this same thingy. I don't really like it. You also have, you can put his minicon in his hand as a gun, like this. But you can also store him on his butt, which looks a bit silly, to be honest. It's pretty much like the way Amazon Prime can store his weapon on his butt. It still looks silly. Actually, I'd love to see at least one Transformer who can actually store his gun on his hips. Is there actually any Transformer who can do that? I don't know. But yeah, he has to store him on his butt. Or not store him at all. That's good as well. Because weaponry, he doesn't really need it, because these smokestacks form excellent weapons in themselves. Which is kinda, I want to say it, a throwback to Rodimus. But yeah. Overall, I really like this mold, as its possibility is quite good, including the ability to do a Perceptor kick, and pretty much any pose you want with him, because he stands fairly stable. At least if his legs were a bit tighter than mine, because yeah, they are a bit too loose on mine, so he tends to fall over at times, sadly. But otherwise he's fine. So if there's any Armada toy you'd ever get, this one is probably the best recommendable to get off the Armada line. Despite how horrific his leader version is. And the basic robot mode is nearly identical to this one. So how they managed to, just with some gimmicks, screw up a model or a mold so badly, yeah, that's beyond me. Anyway, this was Eucep. I've done my 3 reviews for today. I'm going to edit them now and upload them.